I'm appreciative of my grandmother, who was a dentist and independent in 30 years ago, and it was for me, well, it was in fact crazy to be that at that time.
It's very simple. It's my mom. She was a very strong woman, and she was always there for us.
Well, I don't have only one woman. I have my holy trinity, three of my best friends, Claire, Francesca, and Victoria. They are my sisters, they are my best friends, and they are my colleagues.
Whether it's friends, family, my own mother, other women in business that I've met this past year, and especially some of the women I've met since moving to Luxembourg.
My mentor, when I first graduated law school, I worked at a bank on Wall Street, and I had a boss. Her name was Elisa Seminara. She was a very intelligent, beautiful, compassionate, but yet very fierce.
She's strong, she's independent,
brave, courageous,
resilient, inspiring.
She was always selfless because she was giving to everybody a lot of things, and she was never there and saying she wants something back.
A woman that I particularly appreciate in my life is my best friend. Her name is, as my name, Francesca. 6 years ago, I had just moved to the Netherlands, so I was away from home. I didn't have any friends there. It was my first job ever, and I was going through a very difficult moment. And she decided to come to be with me just for one day, so she took a flight and she came to where I was living in the Netherlands.
My role model is my mom. She was the first woman in the government taking a very executive and responsible role.
I'm appreciative of all the women actually who have inspired me to start Lux Woman magazine. And all the women who continue to inspire me on a daily basis by sharing their stories with us, or just by volunteering to be part of the community, to write for the magazine, and to make sure that we actually keep going and amplifying the voices of women in Luxembourg and beyond.
My maternal grandmother, called the Nonna, she inspires me, she guides me every day, and she helps me definitely to realize my project.
My maternal grandma and my mother. To put it in context, my grandma was a war widow at 22 and my mum was then an only child. And she grew up in a house of three women, her grandma, my grandma, and herself. They were women who had strong opinions, and I grew up with the understanding that my voice mattered and what I said and what I say matters.
The woman I'm most appreciative of at this moment is named Anna Jewell. She has a company, a food tour company around artisan cheese called Cheese Journeys. I'm so appreciative of Anna as a woman who is self-motivated, self-made. She's passionate.
The women that I get to work with and that I'm lucky to know are brave, fun, outspoken, and courageous.
She's kind, she's generous, and she's smart.
Very classy, elegant.
Resilient and hardworking.
The time when she supported me the most was the period when I was really making a big change in my life, getting out of corporate world. I'm actually very lucky to have this kind of guidance and constantly have that motivating force next to me.
When we were kids, I remember that, every step of the way, they were always there.
Everything she has taught me is sort of the person I want to aspire to as a professional, whether it's in the legal profession or as a shop owner. I would say definitely finding a beautiful mentor like that is invaluable for any woman.
I grew up knowing that they had my back and that were there for me no matter what. It was only when I left my family and my network that I realized this wasn't a given for everyone.
Traveling with Anna and the opportunities she's given to me have allowed me to write a book, meet people who are making rare cheeses of the world, sometimes on top of mountains, and she's really given me a window into the artisan food industry that I just wouldn't have been able to gain on my own.
It's just an example of how generous she is and why I appreciate her.